What's going on, BDO peeps? Thank you for all the support I've gotten in my other videos. I was not expecting a BDO video to hit, like, even 1,000 views, and now, like, I have one of my, both PvP videos that I've launched. They're pretty much good, to a point where it's like, damn, I'm getting comments, I'm getting more views. I think they both have, like, 15,000 views apiece. And it's nice to get that feeling of views, you know what I mean? Today, I kind of want to just grind and kind of explain a few things that people don't realize that are happening to BDO. That's gonna make the game pretty much easier. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard about the crons and the pretty much, what is it? It's crons and outfits are going to be increasing in price, right? And some people are saying, like, that's a lot of pay to win. Honestly, like, if you sit down and you look at, like, the business model of BDO, I'm not defending BDO. I fucking hate that, like, you can even sell outfits in the first place, but that's not, like, the big issue with pay to win here. The big pay to win here is, like, talking some dude with a Tet Backstar, right? He'll spend money, drop probably like $300 to $500, and that pretty much feels like a bunch of fucking memory fragments. That's a bunch of repairing, and that's a bunch of melting outfits into crons to try and hit a Pen Blackstar. Like, they'll probably do that like once a week or something. Maybe less, maybe more. Based off of like how much money they're willing to spend. But they'll just sit in town and do the things you do when you have a bunch of fucking artisan memories and a bunch of what is it? Crons to tap black stars with. They'll make the fail stacks, they'll try to tap the pen, or they'll do even something smaller. For example, let's say they're broke or something, right? They'll do something else. They'll enhance like base black stars to dual Goddard, for example. They will do like it's that kind of thing that people don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, for example, let's say I have 400 million right now, right? And I could just sit in town and just tap a bunch of cheap accessories and make money that way. But like for the whales, they're the ones pushing out 10 black stars. They're the ones that are pushing out the dual Godders when they're broke. They'll make a dual Godder, they'll repair it with artisans, and then they're going to sell it on the market. And then when that sells, they'll have enough mats to pretty much make their next thing. And while they're waiting for it to sell, they'll probably grind like 1 hour a day tops with Agris, do their like 600 mil per hour grind with their current gear. And they'll just try to make another one to sell so they can make accessories that way. Or they'll buy accessories outright when their Pen Black Star is sold or something. Like, that's the kind of thing that people don't realize that's going on in BDO. At the same time, it's like, how else is gear being sold on a market? You know what I mean? Like, I'm expecting Black Stars, to jump from like, so you look at the pens, right, and they're selling for like 130 billion. I'm expecting this to go even higher, back up to 150 billion, because of like the outfit changes and making like crons more expensive. Because that means less people will enhance. So a lot of times, like, the only thing that's listed is like some dude that's been playing for like 10 years that has like collected outfits that he's been slowly buying, and then he taps a Ben Black Star every now and then, kind of thing. And it's like, oh, cool. Huh, I wanted a pen accessory, why not? I conned this fucking piece of shit to pen, and he got 150 billion. Then he just buys 2 Tet distos or something, and it's like, oh wow. Now he's a geared ass motherfucker. But, like, people don't realize that that's the kind of things that people do. For example, like, let's say I grind 1 billion today, right? And instead of saving it, I'll just, like, buy a fucking ton of accessories and tap them together. So I just keep fucking tatting a bunch of time grads, maybe try to get a few tries to sell, a few tets to sell. There's people out there that literally sell outfits, and they'll play the market instead of grinding. So that's just like the cake. That's the kind of thing that, like, people don't think about, you know? Like, are the ultra geared players in BDO actually grinding like 10 hours a day? Probably like a 1% of them are doing that. The majority of them, they'll probably just grind out Agris, and then when they're bored, they'll just process, do life skills, and like sell shit on the market that their workers have been getting to liquidate so that they can make accessories. Or maybe it's like a 50-50 toss-up, because like you don't think about those things, you know? So, let's move on from the cron. Let's talk about the next big thing in the room. And that is, like, what's gonna happen to BDO once the boots release, right? So you're gonna have people with 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of pretty much fallen god armor. And I think, like, it'll correlate with my last thing I was talking about, because it's like literally the same thing. But it's like, dude, Pearl Abyss knows a lot of their money is from people buying outfits, so they're gonna try to make their god armor harder to get. Like, you have people, like, how else are people getting crons for, you know, these Tet Labrescas, or fucking, like, dual god armor, tri-god armor, Tet god armor. Like, at that point, like, it's pretty crazy to me that, like, but then again, on the other side of the spectrum, they're going to inflate silver in BDO. But at the same time, there'll be one thing that will drop in price in BDO, and that will be, wow, coughing. That'll be Capris. And if you haven't noticed, they're actually dropping, and then they'll skyrocket up, and then there'll be millions of them listed now. Once people are full Tet Blackstar, or full Blackstar, they essentially have no more need for Capris. So this will push, like, even more in favor of people that are, like, casuals to play the game. Because you can juice up your gear. Like, let's say a noob, right? They'll finish their Jatina quest for their first pen weapon. What do you do after that? They buy Capris, so they can level up their weapon, so they can get a little bit more AP. Look at this. Capris Capris level 3 open Tet budget weapon I'm using right now. So I can get an extra 2 AP from it. Even, like if anyone's seen Choice's video on, like, what's it called? The fucking, his free-to-play 0 to 700 Gears Tour series. That's kind of what he did. He used an open Tet as a placeholder, and he put Capris in it. And then he pulled his Capris out, sold the weapon, got like a tri-godder piece, and then later on, he pretty much grinded all the endgame spots. And he moved on to pretty much getting all of his Fallen God armor pieces. And then he bought, like, the cheap, pretty much accessories to get his gear up. So that's like what he did to get, like, you know, and then And then he used his tier 2 guild, Node War guild, that like helped him. They first let him buy the Capris boxes that they got, so that was another way for him to juice like his gear up. But that's what I'm expecting. I'm honestly expecting Capris to drop in price, and they'll probably even push, like, they'll increase Capris drop rate across the board in everything that you do, be it life skilling or, you know, spots that drop it, for that reason, because they want people to get their best in slot gear, right? But at the same time, not really. They want you to buy outfits to melt. They pretty much use crons and to fuel the artisan memory market and the memory fragment market. Like, the developers, I don't think they'll ever make memory fragments worth less than 2 million. Like, they'll always make it annoying to get memory fragments. But at the same time, that's because they're trying to make money off of selling the artisans, so... Make a problem, sell the solution, you know, kind of fucking annoying, but at the same time, let's say you are a fresh seasonal graduate, you got all of your armor to fucking, it's at boss gear, and you can pretty much reform it, and then you make it a pen, and then you make it Capris level 4. And then that juices up your DP up a lot so you can grind the endgame spots. And I'm pretty sure that, like, that's what's going to happen. Like, a lot of the people are going to inflate silver. You have people, like, the new spots that people are talking about that are giving you, like, 1 billion silver an hour or some shit. Like, that's really going to inflate the silver, but at the same time, like, those players, like, they pretty much beat the game. So they're going to be, their pretty much only additions is 10 accessories at that. Like, they're fucking done with the game, you know? So what else do? They pretty much spend their silver, and they buy the pretty much best in slot accessories. And that's really all is left for them to do. So I'm thinking that would really make Capris cheaper. Like, you'll still get people that buy them so that they can get their dual god armor, but you also get people that were like, they'll go Capris level 4 and all the pen gear, and then they'll just save money until they can buy like a dual god armor, just so they don't have to mess around with enhancing. So like, for me, my next upgrade would be pretty much to get fallen god armor, and then they'll grind it out. 27 bill fallen god, why not? Or why not just save up to buy, like, a distorted Fallen God armor, pretty much made for you, and gain 11 DP and be done with it, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't understand this, that, like, a lot of money in BDO is from enhancing, and that's what a lot of people do. And I didn't really learn about this until, like, I had a guy teach me how to enhance, from one of my former guilds that I was in. Because he told me he barely grinded, and when he did grind, it'd be like only an hour. Then the rest of it, like, he would just be playing other games. He'd be like AFK fishing and processing, and then he would like enhance accessories. And then like you'll probably hit like a bill and profit on accessories or something, or if you lose money, whatever. Like, you don't really do anything. You just grind. You grind for another hour, some other day, and then you pretty much just sell it. You sell duels and tries, and you get money again until you get like a big like upgrade. And you know, like, that's like the easiest way you don't get burned out in this game. Like, just don't grind, do something else. Sit in town and enhance accessories. You know, that's more interesting than, you know, me killing a million monsters 10 hours a day. Another thing is, like, let's say, like, my current goal right now, like, if you see here, I'm Capris level 5, I need 5 more Capris levels. I don't know how much that is. I think that's like another 10 bill. or 15 billion or something. So I'm just, you know, grinding every now and then. Eventually I'll get it, you know what I mean? And it's just something to do, but I'm not sure what people's priorities are. Like, for example, like I just finished my pen ring. I don't know what I'm gonna do next, other than raise my DP. I'm thinking maybe it's time to save up for a dual god weapon, because that's what a lot of people are saying to do. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of content right now, because like, I'm getting gains each day. If like I play an hour a day, right? I can just pre-order Capris at the minimum price and wait for it to go. Because I know, like, a lot of people, like, the ultra top 10% of the player base that grind 10 hours a day, they have their they have their boots already at, like, C10. Or it's even higher than C10. And they're gonna pull out all the Capris and sell it so that they can buy outfits on the market, so they can tap their Labresca boots to whatever level it is they're trying to get. Pet or pen or try or whatever the fuck it is, you know what I mean? But yeah. I wonder if this video will even get like a lot of traction. Because a lot of people, they're thinking like the wrong ways about BDO. Like, I'm honestly expecting Capris to go down. I'm expecting, like, Blackstones to get sold out. Because people are gonna make a bunch of fail stacks so that they can, make the fail stacks for their whatever fallen god piece it is that they're going for. If crons do increase in price without, like, silver inflation, like, being thought about, either one, like, I already know Black Star weapons will increase in price. I know, like, Tet Black Stars, or they'll probably say the same of, like, 14 bill. But at the same time, it's like, maybe, the Pen Black Star would jump up in, like, 50 bill or something. Or, I'm completely wrong. The new spots will, like, inflate the silver so much that, like, everyone's gonna be able to make a Pen Black Star of their own. And then all of them will just sit in the market and no one will care. So, who knows, you know? But yeah, that's BDO. I'm not sure what else there is to talk about. You know, other than me sitting here grinding for an hour and fucking around. I'm not sure what would be, like, another good... Oop, I just flew across the world. Another good topic. Maybe class. As far as my featured builds in BDO, I'm not sure if I want to re-roll to Guardian or not. Because I'm fucking lazy. Like, I know, like, in the past, like, before Guardian, or at least around when Guardian was out, when I was playing, I've noticed that, like, I've seen more and more witching wizards than anything. And they definitely fit that playstyle. A lot of Guardians are, like, the most geared players that I've seen, and a lot of witch wizards. And that's because, you know, they either grind, they're very chill grinders, and they're also in a Node War guild, a tier 2 Node War guild, or a tier 1 Node War guild that does, again, they'll fit the same prerogative that I was talking about earlier. They're just, those chill grinders, they do their Node War, they get their payouts, they get the weekly payout, and then they do siege, and then they'll buy the Capris box from the Node War, and then they'll get a 300 million silver box for participating in siege. So that's like, what? Pretty much 400 mil, maybe 500 mil right there, not including the payouts from the guild, which is usually 100 million per person, or maybe 50 million at least they'll be getting just from regular payouts from people doing guild missions, people doing because if you don't know how guilds work, right, in BDO, if you're a brand new player in this video, a lot of how guilds work is like, I'm pretty sure people will see in the the messages that people are spamming for guild recruitments. It's, oh, here, we'll give you max payouts, which is, they're actually just talking about the 5 million contract pay. So there's a difference here, is what I'm trying to say. There is contract pay, which is the your initial contract for being in a guild. You get to collect like 5 million per day. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the guild bank. And for people that don't know, again, hence this video, the guild, based on number of players, if it's a 25 sized guild, you'll count as like a small guild, I think, and you only get like 50 million. If you're a medium-sized guild, I think you get 200 million. And if you're extra large guild with 76 players or more, the guild gets 300 million by default. So I'm talking like pretty much that's how people are paying people out sometimes. They'll just save that money up each week. And another way the guild bank money increases is for doing guild missions. If you don't know, if you do a guild mission, both your guild and you gets paid. So the guild bank will increase in silver, and you'll be like, oh, what did I do with the silver? And that's what payouts are. And then the guild master, if you want to pay somebody, the requirement for that is, I think, it's 10 players that's online that is not a new recruit. So they have to be in the guild for, like, I think it's a week before you're not a sprout. And then you're like you're a general member, you're not like a trial member anymore. So that's why a lot of guilds in the 50s to the large, they don't care what you do in the guild, as long as, like, there'll be one hardcore dude that does the missions anyways. But you still want to do the missions, though, because, like, they give you extra silver while you're grinding in your spot. So, like, it's like, kill 3,000 bogans or some shit, and then I get, like, 50 million. Cool. On top of guild buffs and whatnot, and calls of gatherers, PvP and fun shit, you know? And getting a group to play with you, or, you know, someone's grinding orcs, and they're like, yo, power level my seasonal to 61 for me, bro, thanks. You know, that's the kind of thing that people don't know. So, so as far as guild payouts go, that's how the silver increases. You do missions, the guild gets money. The guild gets money the more players there are. And then the guild master, and this is what's fucked up here, is that, like, people don't know about this. And they'll be like, oh, cool, the guild's paying me money, they give me like 20 mil. But then when you join like a legit guild where the guild master doesn't give a fuck, and he gives everybody tier 10 payments anyways, it's like, you get like 50 million, sometimes I got like 150, I think it was like 100 million, I think. And that's just because I was online to, you know, make the guild be able to do payouts. And, you know, everyone contributes in their own way. Like, you know, some people, some guild masters will say, oh, you didn't do guild missions, you're not going to get as much guild pay. Which makes no sense, because the people that do the guild missions, they already got the money. They fucking hogged the, you only get 10 guild missions per day. So it's like, how the fuck am I going to get the missions done if this dude here is pretty much sucking up all the guild missions by himself because he's one of the officers of the guild? You know, that makes no sense. Or he's your little buddy. I'm store that shit so I can grind. But yeah. So, if you're in a guild that's like 50 plus players, and you're not getting paid out at all, or you're getting paid out and it's like 10 million silver or something shitty, it's bad. Because you're pretty much supposed to get silver for being in the guild. You know what I mean? Like, or they're doing, it's a guild with 2 of his close buddies, and he'll give his buddies officer. They'll get all the missions done, and they'll pay every, like, minion, like, tier 1, while they're all hogging it for the tier 10 payouts, so they'll get, like, 300 million or 500 million silver every 2 weeks, while you, the little peasant that doesn't know anything about the game, you'll only get, whatever the fuck that is. And it just keeps, the number keeps going up or down depending on, you know, what the tiers and ratios that the guild that decides to do, you know what I mean? So, oh shit, are my pets not been doing? Okay, I was about to say. But yeah, things to think about while you're playing BDO. Is your guild good? Probably not, if you're not getting paid out. Like, I think when I logged back on, I got like 250 mil payouts while I was offline for 2 weeks. So I got 100 mil out of that. And then they kicked me from the guild because I wasn't online. But yeah. People do definitely have a lot of skewed thoughts about guilds. And some people that don't even know. And the only reason I know is because, I created a guild before, and I've done payouts before, and then I took a break, I quit, and I gave one of my friends the guild master position, and then he pretty much stopped it too, and then he joined one of his friends' guilds, and now they're in one of the cooler guilds. I think they're like a 700 cure score limit guild, so they pretty much have like a lot of people to hang out with. And let's say they do a group grind spot pool, or like if someone fucks with your guild, they can be like, yo, we're war decking, we're gonna all gather all the buddies here to fuck with you, because we got nothing else to do. And occasionally, like, that's also another reason why, like, a lot of the war guilds make a lot of their money. If you get, like, a certain tier of a node, and you control it, sometimes, like, people won't even contest you, because not many people do war, because they don't know that there's money in it. If you place a tower down, and you win the war, you get, like, 1 billion into your guild funds, pretty much, essentially, for doing jack shit. And there's also a monopoly on that, too, if you think about it. Like, there's, like, discords around in BDO of, like, all the tier 1 guilds. And they'll have alliances with another guild, and it's pretty much, you're gonna be fighting 2 guilds by yourself at this node, if you're not in the circle of politics that they decide to let you in or not. So if they 1v1, or if they choose to, they can be like, yo, everyone's pulling up, there's no war, we're gonna kill this dumbass guild that decided to place on our tower, on our zone. And that pretty much guarantees them a spot in Siege, I think. But I really need to double check on that, because I'm not sure. I don't want to spread info, because, like, again, you know, BDO things is, like, to make things much complicated so that other people don't know unless, like, they actually do it themselves. So, like, I'm not sure what the requirements is to place on Siege. I'm thinking you have to own 1 territory at least to Siege, but I could be wrong. But, like, if you do Siege, you don't have to do Siege. You just place down tower. The tower dies. You lose, but then you get a 300 million silver box. So, that's another one of the ways that people do payouts. Which is kind of fucking stupid. So, like, realistically, if you're in a decent guild, that PvPs and knows what they're doing, you should be at least getting 300 mil from bars each week. If you're in tier 2 guild, you should be able to get a tier 2 payout with, what is it? You should pretty much be able to play Siege every time, because you guys should be, like, good enough to like, control those areas. Should be getting the biggest payouts. You should be getting Siege placement silver. You should be getting node silver. That's in the guild bank, so your guild pay is bigger than other people. Things like that. You know what I mean? I think that's enough. I'm gonna talk about guilds. I feel like I'm going in an infinite loop right now and just not really, not really getting anywhere with my rant here. You know what I mean? Oh boy. But yeah, I'm definitely liking how BDO is turning out to be. Theoretically, I think, like, people don't like how squishy they are in PvP. Like, as far as PvP health goes in games, if people haven't noticed. A lot of games go through the cycle. And it applies to MMOs. And that is, if there's too much damage in the game, people don't like the PvP as much. And if there's too much health in the game, there's never not too much health in a PvP game, if you think about it. Like, because if you think about how BDO works, right? Let's say the reason why people like Arena of Solaire is because you can't really solo somebody in the Arena of Solaire. Like, they reduced your damage in there so much that, like, you can actually get up and do something. So the fights last a little bit longer, which is very interesting. I'm thinking in the future of BDO, like, I'm surprised they haven't, like, changed how CC works. For people that don't know, again, there's always a lot of people that don't know, like, what even CCs mean. For people that don't know, knockdown is the longest CC in the game. Followed by, I think it's like stiffness and stun and freezing or some shit. And then after that, it's the floating and the bounds. So if I float somebody, they'll just launch them in air and they'll get up pretty quick, essentially. So like if I knock someone down, good, I do more damage. And then there's down smash. If you knock someone down and then you use a skill that says down smash, they'll stay on the ground longer. And the caveat to that is, like, a lot of down smash skills, they're not protected, unless it's like a certain class. Which is, Mystic is one of those classes, by the way. I can spam knockdown, down smash on you over and over again, pretty much as a Mystic. But Mystic doesn't have, like, a lot of damage compared to other classes, so. And for people that don't know, again, man, I like saying that, BDO is balanced not around 1v1s. They would rather balance PvP for the groups. And I think that's one of the reasons why Berserker has been getting buffed so much, because they don't like people grouping up. But at the same time, they don't want people, I don't think they like the Witch Wizard meta right now that the other regions are doing. So they're just buffing Berserkers to a point where they're like, yo, you guys need to stop standing on top of each other. If you stand up on top of each other, you guys die. Because there's nothing that stops the Witch Wizard, like, blob of people from just healing each other. So I feel like they'd rather, like, make PvP simple, or they'll even take out CCs and make them, like, not last as long. Because I feel like, as far as my experience goes, like, in PvP, like, if a character one-shots you or something, or in any PvP game, right? Like, let's say, in like League of Legends, right? If you get one shot by somebody and you're like a support, the game's not very fun. But if you play like a tank and you're doing decent damage and you're killing people and you're not dying, it's much more interesting. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's just the things that I've thought about. I feel like BDO would definitely either add another piece of armor to the game so that everyone's DP will increase. Like, I thought they wouldn't add like another 300 AP zone, but they did. But, they did. And I'm like, huh, that's kind of weird. But it kind of makes sense. It's like, oh, it's the last piece of, like, Fallen God armor that you need. And I'm thinking, like, the only thing that they can add to the game now is to, like, raise your DP. Or they'll shift, like, how accessories work in the game. Or add more accessories to the game. Because right now I feel like the game needs more DP. Or they'll add, like, more accessories that do monster damage. So, like, everybody knows the best accessory for earrings right now is, like, the distortions. And then they've leaned away from it, and they've started adding the accuracy ones. Or they had another one, but there's, like, an accuracy one now in form of Dons. So what's next? Probably an accessory that increases DP. And it'll increase your AP. It'll be the complete opposite of distortions, but it'll give you like 30 monster damage or something in the next new region, you know? I honestly think that's what's gonna happen. Or, if they're really stupid, like, I don't think they'll add another weapon. I think a lot of people, they're wanting, like, weapons to be transferable. Like, why can't every class use the same weapon? Just so that you can try every class besides the stupid tagging feature. And I think a lot of that is to do with, like, BDO wants to make money out of you again. You know, it sucks, but it's kind of a thing. And again, it's like, oh, yo, the game has, like, what, 20 classes now? Why would they want you to be able to switch classes without spending money, you know what I mean? Like, if I hard re-rolled to Guardian, and I still need the inventory slots, I still need the permanent mount thing. Not a big deal, but it sucks that it's still in the game. I think a lot of new players, they'll probably, their first paywall would probably be, like, getting a fairy. Wait, is my fairy on? See, like that. There we go. There we go. Okay, I thought my fairy wasn't on for a second there. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think this is enough grinding for me for the day. And as far as like what I'm gonna do next, I'm probably just gonna run out of town and sell all my shit. Okay, I just got stiffened on my horse. Because she wants to like fuck around and the horse gonna die. Woo! Okay, sweet. So let's run to town. And then we sell. And that's pretty much what all I've been doing lately. I just do like 1 hour grind and I chill. And I pre-order a little bit of cappers here and there. Or sometimes if I'm feeling frisky, I'll just I'll tap some accessories. Or I'll buy minimum price accessories and, you know, call it a day. Either or. If I want more gains, I buy cappers. If I want more of a gamble, I'll switch. But, oops. Let's switch over to the LBS server, see how much money I made in 50 minutes or whatever it is. Ooh, I have 4 seeds, so I can sell these for 10 million. I got 8 of these I can sell. What's that? Another 20 million right here. So let's actually heal my horse. So let's sell junk. Oops. Camera keeps switching around its position. So I can go over here. Let's dump all my black crystals in here. So I have like 500 of these. Nice. And then I can sell these. Then we sell. Oh, I actually didn't make that much money. I think I made like 200 mil. But, what is something in here that I can sell that I'm not thinking about? Oh, yeah. Still getting money because I can manage my farm over here. I still have, my workers getting me stuff. Like, if I look over here, my life skiller is over here. I can literally just pull every item from each town and like slowly move shit over there and just sell it or process it. So like, I'll have all this shit. Auto storage. And then whatever more silver that is. So some mushrooms here, sure. Auto storage. Boom. Just went up. I'm at 1.9 bill now. Cool. What else do I have? I have some, oh, I have some trees I've been cutting over here. 1.94, plus 40 million right there. A few other things I could slowly move over, you know what I mean? I'll get some coal here, nice. Got some grains. Can't go wrong with this stuff, right? Bottom storage. 1.96. Calpheon has a bunch of my wood here too. Auto move. I think Velia has a bunch of stuff too. You know, can't go wrong with crops. Right, Grana. Boom. 1.9. And then it'll be 2 billion soon if I just put some of these eggs in there, probably. What else do I have? Ooh, some grapes that I just added a node to. Oh, Heidel has a bunch of cooking stuff that I can move over. Chrono, auto move storage, storage. And it's 2 billion in there. And then if I'm really lazy, hop over to this girl. And this is my pay to win full weight shy that I cook with. So either I process with her or cook with her. Or get me like 50 mil, 80 mil for the effort. Sure. You know, if I get away with grinding, I'll get away with grinding. So on her, I just have a Tet Logia processing stone. So I literally just like either I'll cook or I'll have a pay to win processing outfit that I just wear. And then just process stuff. Oops, I had the pay to win processing outfit on. So I just process whatever it is I want. So, oh, I want to heat some ore, sure. Let's do some copper. And I'll have a bunch of copper shards and coal. I think it's like zinc or something. What's it? Bronze? How do you make bronze bars? Bronze ingot. It's tin and copper. Okay, cool. So I'll process a bunch of tin and copper. Process, heating. I have... Where's my copper? I do copper for an hour, and then I'll do tin for an hour. Or I'm gonna process all the tin, see how much I get. And then afterwards I turn it into a bronze bar. Or I can do steel. I think steel is coal and iron. So I can do... Oh, look, I have coal and I have iron. And then whatever how much that is, I just stash it or I just put it on the market. And then when I have a value pack turned on, I'll just start selling stuff for a day or two. And or I'll liquidate all of this for 2 billion or whatever, and then or I'll just fucking do that. So let's open my central market. Here's 600 million. Nice, thank you. I have some stuff to sell too. I don't know why I have craftsman's clothes. Oh, it's the. Oh yeah, there we go. Gotta get my mastery up. That's why I had that. So now I process even more in my batch processes. And then I can buy Capris at a low price because I'm not playing that much. So based off of what you're trying to do, if you want it instantaneous, you would put it here. If you want it a little less, you put it in the middle of it. And I want to buy 200 of them, or buy 200. Or I can buy some accessories. I think I've been trying to get my DP up even more. So I've just been doing. I kind of want another Tetnarch, but I also want a Tungrad earring because this will get my this has 15 AP, and I kind of want one. But at the same time, I don't want to grind 55.4 billion silver. I don't want to grind that much. But at the same time, I was like, I actually probably should. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about saving up for a Tungrad, but that's only 1 AP. At the same time, it's like, do I really want a Tungrad? I kind of do because I want to get like another critical damage ring. Because that's kind of what I'm working on my Mystic right now. Because this one has 3% critical hit damage, but I might just get like an earring upgrade or something. Like if I save up for a Tet Distortion earring, that's what, 20 bill? That's actually not bad. I would gain what was that, 18 AP? So I'd switch from so I'd gain 6 AP pretty much, and that would put me up to 290. Which is cool, but at the same time it's like, do I really want to do that? You know, there's a few things I could do. But as far as what I'm doing, I think it's probably best to just save money right now. Maybe get a switch my main weapon out with a Gaudier. What's this? 200 accuracy instead of being, you know, the Ofen Tet's accuracy. 182 accuracy. Damn, that sucks. Or I could switch back to his Zarka and just cram Kafris into it while they're cheap. But yeah, I like to buy like the cheapest stuff. You know what I mean? But in the long run, though, like I should just get a Gaudier weapon and slowly Kafris it up. Did someone just buy out all the Gaudiers? Yeah, I think a rich guy just bought out a bunch of the Gaudiers. And he's just tapping all of them. But yeah. That was my hour of BDO for today. But yeah, thanks everybody for the support again. Did not expect these videos to get that much views, but I've been playing Valorant with my friend. Like I promised him that I would play Valorant all day today. And we're like gold. He's silver, but I'm gold. And in Act 1, I was diamond. And I've just been fucking around and messing around, having fun. And I'm off my game, but like occasionally I'll get like a triple trio kill, and it's almost enough to win the game sometimes. But the more I rank up in Valorant, the worse it is because my friend doesn't play as much as me, so I can't. Oh damn, I got 900 steel. How much is that? 16 million. Damn. Yeah, that was like all of the melted iron shards too. We get the iron here. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all around.